Esther 5:4. If it pleases the king, said Esther, let the king and Haman come today to a banquet I have prepared for him. So what Esther was doing here may seem ridiculous, but indeed what she was doing was making sure the king favored her over Haman. Because if he favored Haman more than her plan wasn't going to work, because he'd side with Haman, and it would be very bad for her nation, for the Israelites. Um, Daniel 7, Daniel 8, hold on. Daniel 8, 7 through where? Daniel 8, 7 and 8. Then the he-goat became very great, but when it was too powerful, no, 7 and 8. I saw how it reached the ram, this is referring to the goat, and directed its against it, charged the ram, and broke its two horns, which would leave the ram defenseless. The ram could not fight. The ram was powerless without its horns. And the ram's horns is how it fought. And the ram was unable to resist. It cast it down to the ground and crushed it. No one could free the ram from his powers. Sin works this way, to where no person, no deed can rescue anybody from sin but Christ. Too many times people want to look to something else, but it's by Christ alone people are rescued from sin. Otherwise, they're going to be overtaking it and crushed by it. The he-goat became very great, but when it was powerful, the great horn snapped, and its place sprang four great horns, replacing the four winds of heaven. So this idea could be referencing its prophecy, so it's not completely clear what it's referencing, but it could, a king died and four kings came up replacing him. It could be, okay, now this goat is more powerful than it was to begin with, because the thing that made it seem to be powerful sprung out into four of the same. We can get it from it relating to sin and Satan, that if we take care of our own problems, oftentimes more spring up just as big, because we're not trusting in God to let us handle it.